Stage 4. At about this point, I realized that I just want to point out that the enemies that are in the spike thing don't make sense. You have one of the Bible games is one of the spike things. You have Silver Surfer, which absolutely makes no sense. Why is it a spike thing? You should be able to, it should be like one of the weaker enemies. Shoot it once it dies. But again, I don't know. Also, just the pattern of the enemies, some of them make sense. I can see. Freddy sometimes looks like he's trying to sneak up on you. The big ones have like the surround attack thing, and Ghostbusters go around in a circle like a ghost should. But other than that, most of these actually make no sense. And moving on, stage 5. Again, not that interesting. This stage pretty much looks like the construction site from Mega Man 1, which is pretty cool. Well, it's pretty cool. But this random thing, the music again, I like the fact that between stage 4 and this stage, it changes. But moving on to stage 5, stage 6 after the bonus game, which is the exact same. Seriously, there is no difference in the bonus game. Every bonus level pretty much has the 8-bit AVGN theme, and which is cool. But after that, you have the pretty much dodge roadkill skunks and collect consoles. No difference at all, except there might be more roadkill skunks and less extra guys for some reason, which is pretty stupid. I think I ended up going through one of these bonus stages and didn't even get an extra life at the end at all, which is pretty stupid. Anyway, moving on. Stage 6, and this is my point. The song here is the same as the last stage. The 5th stage. Didn't even go back to the first stage. Like I said, this problem comes again, and this time there's no real reason for that. I mean, in Mario I understood, yeah, from 1 and 1 3 have the exact same song. Brickman stage and Gutsman stage, I'm pretty sure do not have the same song. If they do, correct me. But I am pretty sure they don't. So there is no reason for me to be listening to the same song I just heard. Alright, moving on. And I'm gonna make another random complaint about the bosses. The bosses aren't easy, because all he does is shoot a blast and stuff like that and then move around. So the bosses of this game really aren't that difficult. For the most part, they're just long and annoying because each shot does only 1 point of damage. And I didn't even notice this until about this boss fight. The boss actually has a health bar underneath my life count. My lives and score count, which I did not, again I say I did not notice this until the this stage. But anyway, moving on. I'm probably not going to talk about the bonus stages anymore, since actually past this stage is only one. This is the gauntlet, stage 7 to stage 9. Between each of these stages is a boss, which is actually pretty cool. Except for one thing. And that one thing is the first stage, stage 7 of the the first stage of the gauntlet, stage number 7, has no music. It's the Atari level. I guess I get it, because after watching some of Kane's videos, I kind of understand maybe why he did that, because Atari never really had music. It's the beeps and the boops and the random sound effects. But still, it really makes the game that's already tedious worse. Seriously, that is a huge problem. Especially since I mostly like music that comes from video games. So, really, having no music really hurts this stage, and probably going to lower the score of the game just a little bit. But anyway, moving on. Stage 8, none really tough. Oh, wait. Before stage 8, there's the mid bosses I forgot. Which, now the mini bosses, or the mid bosses, are actual games that the nerd reviewed that aren't Nintendo games. Oh, that's another thing. Why are my only opponents in this game up to this point Nintendo games? He does review other games, like for the PlayStation and for the Atari. He reviews a lot of games for the Atari. And he also reviews, well, I guess not a lot of games for the Atari, but still, my point is a point. He does review games for the systems. He reviewed the Superman games, which, if you have the, well, maybe if the Indiana Jones thing is the last thing you got, maybe you didn't, that episode was after you made this game, or were working on this game. But he did that. He reviewed games for tons of different systems. The Game Boy Advance, stuff like that. But my point is this. It's the fact that it's the only time you get to fight these other games. And now on to stage 8, which nothing really interesting. Metroid, which actually makes this one of the coolest stages. I like the music. It actually fits the game perfectly. So, moving on again. The second mini boss is Super Noah's Ark. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a game where you could shoot animals for no reason. Moving on. This last of the gauntlet is last stage of this gauntlet is Castlevania, which is one of my favorite games, next to Mega Man and other really good platformers. Anyway, this stage, I really think that the music is actually out of place. I think rendition of Vampire Killer or something like that would have been really, really cool to hear for this stage. Really made this level a lot better. But for some reason we get a song that kind of sounds like Castlevania but really isn't. Anyway. Now, third mini boss is Custard's Revenge. And all I can really say about that is, actually, this is where I started realizing that, well, the boss has 400 hit points, so I think it says 400. I think he had 400, but anyway, he has a lot of health, and you do 1 point of damage with every shot you do. Meaning that, well, the bosses aren't hard, but it kind of puts on more tedium. Back to the tedium factor I mentioned before. When you're doing 1 point of damage 400 times for the same enemy. If you had some sort of like power-ups or something that you got throughout the game, this would actually make that a lot. This would actually make this a lot better instead of just being bang, 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 boom, death, win, or fail. I don't know. Depends on how good you are against dodging one bullet or a wave of circle of bullets.